It is one of the most common anxieties that haunts the mind of every believer as they navigate the long, quiet hours of a Ramadan afternoon. You are sitting in a state of remembrance or perhaps just going about your daily work when suddenly you become hyper-aware of your own body. You realize that your mouth is producing saliva. You feel the moisture pooling, and for a split second, a wave of panic hits your heart. You ask yourself, if I swallow this, am I drinking? Have I just destroyed my day of worship? Is my fast still valid in the eyes of the unseen? This is what we call the saliva paradox. It is a moment where human biology meets divine law, and it reveals a secret about the exacting details of how Allah has designed the human body to be a vessel for worship. To understand why your own saliva doesn't break your fast, we have to look past the physical act and into a beautiful story of the Prophet's peace be upon him mercy and the way the spiritual world views the struggle of the servant. In the early days of Islam, the companions were men and women of extreme scrupulosity. They didn't just want to follow the rules. They wanted to perfect them. They understood that the fast was a sacred boundary between them and the fire of hell, and they were terrified of accidental leaks in that boundary. There is a narration that some of the early believers were so concerned about swallowing anything that they would avoid speaking, or they would constantly speak, fearing that even a drop of natural moisture would be recorded as drinking by the angels. They brought this concern to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They asked him about the things that are internal to the body, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, with his divine wisdom, clarified a fundamental principle of the deen. Islam does not demand the impossible. He explained that the fast is the abstention from external food and drink entering the body. But the saliva is an internal necessity. It is the body's own irrigation system. Allah, in His infinite Rahmah, created the human mouth to be constantly self-moistening. If swallowing saliva broke the fast, then no human being could ever fast for more than 20 minutes. The paradox is this: you are forbidden from drinking water, the very source of life, but you are permitted to swallow the moisture that Allah Himself produces within you. This tells us something profound about the unseen world. Allah isn't looking for you to suffer beyond your capacity. He isn't looking for a technicality to fail you. He created the rules of the fast, and He created the biology of the faster. He knows that your saliva is part of your fitra. In the realm of the Sharia, there is a famous maxim: hardship brings ease. Because it is a massive hardship to avoid swallowing saliva, the law of Allah naturally moves it into the category of forgiven things. But there is a deeper, more spiritual story hidden within the scent of the faster. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said in a famous Sahih hadith, "By the one in whose hand is my soul, the breath of the fasting person is more fragrant to Allah than the scent of musk." Now, think about this from the perspective of the unseen. To a human being, the breath of someone who hasn't eaten for 12 hours might be unpleasant, but to the angels and to the Lord of the heavens, that scent, which is caused by the dryness of the stomach and the chemical changes in the mouth, is a beautiful fragrance. The saliva plays a role in this. When you swallow your saliva while fasting, you are not cheating. You are participating in a biological process that is part of your sacrifice. The saliva paradox exists to show you that Allah wants your heart, not your dehydration. He wants you to prove that you can leave the delicious water in the fridge while He takes care of the necessary moisture in your mouth. There is a story of a desert traveler during the time of the Sahaba. He was parched, his lips were cracked, and the sun was a hammer beating down on his head. He found himself constantly swallowing, trying to find some relief in his own mouth. He felt guilty, thinking he was somehow quenching his thirst and diminishing his reward. When he reached the gathering of the knowledgeable, they told him, "O servant of Allah, do you think Allah is unaware of the heat? He is the one who put the saliva in your mouth to keep you alive so that you could finish your fast for Him. It is not your drink. It is His mercy keeping you standing. However, there is a boundary to this paradox that we must understand to keep our worship exacting. The scholars of the unseen in the law explain that while internal saliva is forgiven, external moisture is not. If you take water into your mouth for wudu and you are careless, letting it slip down your throat, that is a choice. If you gather saliva in your mouth deliberately just to swallow a large amount to feel full, you are missing the spirit of the fast. The saliva paradox is a test of your intention. It asks, are you trying to find a loophole, or are you simply living as a human being? The Quarin, that jinn companion we discussed, will often use this as a weapon. He will whisper, "You just swallowed. Your fast is gone. You might as well eat a full meal now. The day is ruined." This is one of the Shayan's most effective traps. It's called despair of the mercy. He wants you to believe that a biological necessity is a spiritual failure. But the truth is the opposite. Every time you swallow your saliva and continue your fast, you are defeating that whisper. You are saying, "My Lord knows my biology, and He has permitted me this. I will continue for Him." This Ramadan, when you feel that awareness of your mouth, let it be a reminder of the softness of Islam. We serve a Lord who does not make the deen a burden. He made the fast a shield, not a torture chamber. Think about the unseen angels who are recording your day. They aren't counting the times you swallowed saliva. They are counting the times you looked at a glass of water and turned away. They are recording the patience in your heart and the tasbih on your tongue. The saliva paradox is a beautiful sign of the balance of our faith. We leave the things of the world to focus on the things of the spirit, but we are allowed to keep the things of our nature because Allah is the creator of both. So, the next time the whisper comes and the anxiety rises in your chest, remember the desert traveler. Remember the scent of musk that is rising from your mouth to the divine throne. And remember that the same God who commanded you to fast is the same God who designed your body to survive the fast. Your saliva isn't your enemy. It is a witness to your humanity, and your fast, in all its physical and spiritual struggle, is a witness to your love for the divine. Swallow your doubts, keep your fast, and know that the mercy of the unseen is wider than any thirst you will ever feel.